Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us to the 1st of July. Wow. And we'll be able to extend that beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles because they run to around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFSB2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, which will get us well into the second half of July. I'll get on that for you in a moment. Just say that the first video today was our 6 AM upload. And we've also released the ECM 30-day look at for the UK and for the rest of Europe too. So please check out those 2 videos if you'd like to do that. Please like, share, subscribe on videos. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. It's so gloriously sunny here at GavsWeatherVids Towers. The sun is absolutely amazing today. Hardly cloudy in the sky. So I'm going to get this recorded then have the afternoon in the garden, I think. Why not? Right, so let's start off with the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles next couple of weeks. We're at Birmingham today. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, starting off around average at the moment. We will see those upper air temperatures lifting up more over the next 2 or 3 days. It's going to become very warm for a while around Wednesday and particularly on Thursday. There's a drop in the upper air temperatures taking place as we go into the end week and weekend. Things will be turning quite a lot cooler then by the early part of next week. I'm moving to the last days of June and the first week of July and hovering close to the long-term average, really, at that point. So the green line, which is the GFS midnight operational run, that does lift up a little bit, so that becomes quite warm, actually. You'll see in a moment, it becomes quite warm in the first week of July. However, I'm not sure it's got all that much support. It's not an outlier, because there are other members doing something similar, but it is certainly up a warmest then end of the range. Anyway, we'll have a look at that a little bit later on in the video. Precipitation-wise, going to be a lot of dry weather the next couple of days, and many can be turning more unsettled at the end of the week and into the weekend. Those unsettled conditions then will last on into the early part of July, by the look of it. Particularly sort of, let's get rid of those there. Particularly from around, say, 23rd, 24th of June to like the 2nd or 3rd of July. This window just here does look quite wet, actually. Temperature anomalies on the 23rd, 29th of June are coming out about average, a little bit below average in the north, perhaps a little bit above further south. Not particularly big deviation anywhere either way. Precipitation anomalies from the 23rd, 29th of June, wetter than average through the central and northern half of the country, a little bit drier than average though, down towards the south. Latest wind flow map from earth-nullschool.net shows that we're under high pressure today. We've got an area of high pressure, or a ridge of high pressure, dominating the weather. The centre of the high is actually well out in the Atlantic, though, just there. That is the ever-present Azores high, of course. Right, so it's our latest UK Met Euro run. It's looking big night on Friday. Low pressure begin to take over. High pressure breaking down. Trough low pressure beginning to develop in situ over the country. That's the weekend looking quite unsettled under low pressure. Back being showers, if not longer spells of rain through the weekend. Then on into the above next week, more low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, keeping the unsettled weather going. Wind's probably turning into a south though by this time next week. We'll drag up some warmer air from the south, so does reduce the temperature lift up a little bit, but does look quite unsettled. Icon looking like that midnight on Friday again. Low pressure is in control of the weather. That low pressure is on Friday. That low pressure continues to dominate into the weekend as well. Further showers or longer spells of rain early next week. Start to build up a little bit of a ridge into south. That brings something a little bit drier and warmer into those more southern counties, perhaps for a time early next week. Meanwhile, further north it continues to look quite unsettled. I think that ridge is probably relatively transient, so I don't think it'll last all that long. But it might turn a bit dry and warmer early next week. GFS midnight, we know this is going to turn warm in the first week of July. We saw it on the ensemble graph. Let's have a look how it happens. So GFS midnight run looks unsettled on Friday and into the weekend with low pressure over the top of the country. There'll be showers or longer spells of rain, and that could actually be quite wet for a time. So we've got Glastonbury Festival going on late this week and into the weekend. Not very good news for Glasgow goers, unfortunately. Into the open next week, low pressure again continues to be in control of weather for the earlier part of the week. By day 10, which gets us to the 1st of July, just a bit of a ridge building into the south from Azores high, a little bit drier and warmer there And further north, though, it looks quite unsettled. As we go through the first week of July, though, it strengthens. So that's how the warm spell happens through the first week of July. GFS midnight run, a nice extension from the Azores high into west of Europe, brings us a dry and warm weather with it. That will probably lift the temperature into the mid to upper 20 Celsius. Looks very warm and dry there for the first week of July. So as we go with the GFS midnight run, it's to the 7th of July today. 6 egg looks like this. Again, low pressure takes over as we move into the end of the weekend, looking unsettled with low pressure being showers or longer spells of rain in from off the Atlantic, carries on into the early part of next week too. That's the middle of next week, Wednesday 29th of June, when again low pressure just out to our west, withdrawing at wind from a southerly direction. That low pressure sitting around the country up to day 10, so not as much of a build of pressure by day 10, by the start of July, with 6-8 compared to the midnight run. In the more extended range, actually, the GFS 6-8 keeps unsettled, really, with trough sitting over top of the country, which is trying to build out to the north and west. So, you know, I'm a little bit dubious about that ridge just sitting there day after day through the first week of July. But it's a possibility, and we did see, like, the idea of high pressure taking over the first week of July with the midnight GFS run. That wasn't all that well supported. So, first week of July, up for grabs, could go either way, probably. Right, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. We are getting ever closer to 14,000 subscribers. Put on a lot of subs just recently. Thank you so much, everybody, for your subscriptions. And don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. If everyone who subs brings a friend, we will get to 14,000 subscribers quite soon, actually. I think it will happen quite soon. So thank you so much, everyone. Right, GM, looks like that. Low pressure again, so taking over at the end of the week. That will bring showers or longer spells of rain with it. That carries on into the weekend as well. Early next week, GM looking quite unsettled. Further low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. Not much of a build of high pressure all the way up to day 10, really. So the GM, even up to like first day of July, day 10, just keeps it unsettled with low pressure just to west of Scotland. Maybe a little bit of a reach trying to get into the far south-southwest, but not with all that much conviction, I have to say. And then, lastly, we've got the ECM, which looks like this. So, once more, the low pressure is taking over at the end of the week and into the weekend as well. And then on into the early part of next week, yeah, low pressure just carries on, pushing in from off the Atlantic Ocean all the way up to day 10, which gets to the 1st of July. We're looking pretty unsettled, but very showery. And not overly warm, probably actually quite cool with winds in from a northwesterly direction. Right, so this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tibetio.com. Also dry weather over the next couple of days, but by the end of the week, showers will be starting to break out. Those showers and longer spells of rain becoming more widespread as we move into the weekend. So this is Saturday into Sunday, when it looks like it's very wet across these more southern and eastern areas. Actually, that could be a little bit thundery, that rain there. And just further showers and longer spells of rain then, particularly to the north and west, actually, as you get into the early next week. More wet weather piles in by around the middle of next week. And day 10, you know, still looking quite showery by the first day of July. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the first day of July from the Icelandic Met Office. 18 members of ECM ensembles have a trough of road pressure right over top of the country, so there'll be showers or longer spells of rain with that. 17 with high pressure just out to our west, trying to ridge in above the Atlantic, but probably still a little bit mixed actually, if anything. And then 16, including the operational run, with low pressure just to our west and south. High pressure trying to build to the east, but that's still quite unsettled too. Most of the options look a little bit on the unsettled side for day 10, for the first day of July, I have to say. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got, and it's going to get to the 6th of July. 23 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to the east of the country, unsettled and cool with that. Winds will be coming in from the north. There'll be showers and longer spells of rain. 17 with a ridge from the Azores into west of Europe. So that's going to be a drier, warmer option. That will actually bring in a wind off the continent. So that could be very warm. And then 11 with a trough of below average heights, low pressure to our northeast, and a ridge out to west. That ridge trying to come in from off the Atlantic, so a little bit on the cool side. Winds coming in from the northwest, but probably turning dry. And if that ridge carried on building in, of course, then that would set up a drier and a warmer spell. But I think probably for a while anyway, the opening days of July will be rather showery, and then there might be a switch to some higher pressure, but we'll have to wait and see. CFSV2 looks like this. These are 500 millibar high tolerance bring down to weak periods. The first weekly period will take us from the 20th to 26th of June. The coming week will be unsettled, with below average heights low pressure through the west of Europe, combined with above average heights high pressure out into the Atlantic. Week 2 is going to be the 27th of June to the 3rd of July, with low pressure and over to the northern country, winds in off the Atlantic. That looks rather cool and unsettled. Week 3 will be the 4th to the 10th of July, with an area of above average heights building in off the Atlantic. That's turning a little bit drier and warmer, but not for all that long. Week 4 is the 11th, 17th of July, and the trough is back in close to the country, so probably, if anything, turning unsettled. And there is a bit of a hint of northern blocking there as well around Greenland, which isn't usually all that good news in the summer. So all looks a little bit mixed, and certainly like the end of June going to be quite unsettled, I think. Then we wait and see how long it's going to take us to get back some higher pressure, if we ever do. We will at some point, of course, but I mean, it's going to have to see how long it takes us back. Takes us to get back to higher pressure through early July. Right, if you've enjoyed the video, then please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Don't forget to your friends and family to subscribe as well. Like I say, we put on a lot of subs, so if everyone who's subscribed, please a friend, we are going to get 14,000 subscribers quite soon, actually. We're at 13.8k, 13,800 plus. So, you know, please give us a sub. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, we're done then. We'll be back tomorrow with the final update for GavsWeatherVids. That'll be in the evening. Before that, we'll have the 6 AM upload. We'll have a 10 to 14 day as well, so keep checking back to the channel for more. And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday afternoon. It's a glorious afternoon here, so I'm off out into the garden to get a bit of sun. And you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And that's all for now, and thanks for watching.